So for that, actually, we need a concept content projection. We need to understand content projection. Today, we will see what is this content projection and how content projection works. First, I will explain what is the concept of handling this. Actually, when you are dealing with output here, suppose generally we return a container. In that we have ng if. We usually have a condition, and then we need to use then block, and else we have to use else block. That is how we write the condition. Actually, the then block can be only one. So then how we can define multiple choices, how we can create multiple choices. So multiple choices is nothing but then block is only one. But what we do is we create here block 1, block 2, block 3 like this. And these blocks we can attach to this location. Then block can use these 3. That means, can we have multiple then statements? No, we cannot use multiple then. But at one then location, you can put different blocks. We can change the blocks according to the situation. You cannot write multiple then, but you have to use. So we cannot write multiple then blocks, but what we can do is we can create all those then blocks separately and we can display. That means how we are going to achieve this is usually I will show a simple diagram actual. Yeah. So here, what is the concept is we will create the situation like this. We will create a container with ng if, with a condition, and then statement with the then block. This is enough. If you want, you can write else block also. But usually then block is written 1, and this then block is rendered. But now what we do is we create multiple then blocks. But out of these blocks, only one will be rendered here. We will have multiple, but out of these, only one will be rendering here. Only one will be rendering here. Out of these 3, any one will come here. So what is the mechanism behind this is, so only one then statement will be there, but multiple blocks will be rendered. So what we need to do is we have to create a template separate, and we need to render the template at the then block. That means what we need to do, this block we have to create separately. We need to create this block separately, and we need to add the block into this location. So separately creating a block and adding that block into this location. If you remembered yesterday, I told you that this then cannot use HTML. That means this block must be what type? This block must be what type? It cannot be, I already told you, it cannot be a HTML. Then it should be what type? NG template. It should be an NG template. So every block must be a template. Now what we can do is we can create a template. Separately, we can create a template and we can add the template into then location. That means what we are doing, we are creating separate templates and we are rendering all the templates at one then location. So how we are going to solve this problem is, because there can be only one block, what we do is technically we will create template 1, we will create template 2, we will create template 3. Like that, you can create any number of templates. After creating templates, we can change the templates here. At one situation, then block will use template 1. In another situation, then block will use template 2. In another situation, then block will use template 3. Yesterday, there was only one template for then. But now you will have several templates for then. Out of that, which template it wants, it can choose. Depending on situation, requirement, it can change the templates. So how one then block can handle multiple templates? That is the key point here. So yesterday, one then block, one template, one else block, one template. But now at one then block, there can be several templates. You can have several templates. So how to create a template and how to attach that template to the then block? To create a template, these all templates are derived from, actually they are NG template. This NG template is derived from a class called, template reference. It is a generic type. Already we learned what is a generic type. So all the templates in Angular are derived from which class? Template reference. So we have to create templates explicitly and add those templates into then block. And to create templates explicitly, we need a class called template reference. After creating template, in order to render this template into this location, we need another concept called view child. We need this directive. At the net view child, it is going to pick up this template and it is going to render that here. Why it is view child? View is nothing but, view means UI. And child is nothing but, if you remembered, I told you partial view, am I right? That means we will have a view and a partial view. Every component is a partial view. Partial view means it's not a complete HTML page. Complete HTML page means head, body, all sections will be there. Every component file is not a complete HTML page. It is a simple div which goes into the index.html page. So view child is used for rendering this child view into the main view. And to create a template, we need what option? ng template. So how you can manage multiple then blocks? First, we have to create a block and we need to add this block. According to situation, it can change the block. So how many then statements you can write in ngIf? Only one. But at one then statement, you can render different blocks. That is possible by creating templates and rendering templates. Here, two tasks are there. We have to create a template and we have to render the template according to situation. For creating template, which class is required? Template reference. For rendering template, which marker is required? Viewer child. Viewer child. So creating a template externally and adding the template into the view is called as content projection. This mechanism is called as content projection. So technically, content projection is the process of creating a template explicitly. It is the process of creating a template explicitly and rendering into the view. View is nothing but UI. So content projection is nothing but we are creating a template. Explicitly, we are creating a template and we are rendering into the UI. And how to create a template? So template is created by using template reference. It is created by using template reference, which is a generic type. And template is rendered by using @view child. This is the two important things we need in content projection. Content projection is nothing but the way of projecting your content according to situation. The way of changing the content according to situation. So situation wise, you are projecting the content and displaying. Situation wise, you are changing the content and displaying. That we can achieve by using this mechanism. So let's see one example how it works. First, I will show you a basic example. Then we will implement in a real world example. First, we will see syntactically how it works. First, how to create a template. Creating a template explicitly. For that, you need a simple marker like this. @view child, and it needs a public and any name. This is template name, and it is of type template reference, which is any type, or it is usually null. That's how we create a template. So first we have to create a template, and the template will be of what type? Template reference type. And it is any type because a template can show any kind of data. By default, there is no content to show. That is the reason it is what type? Null. What is this called as? Any or null. What is this called as? Union of types. That is union of types. We already learned what is union of types. That is union of types. So we need to define like this. Now, actually, this template is configured like this in the UI. How it is configured in the UI? ng template, and it will use the template name. hash the template name. That is how we configure template. That is how you define a template. This is creating a template and configuring it. After creating template like this, you can have any number of templates. Now, how it is rendered in the UI? Rendering template in UI. For that, what we do?
The recording has stopped. This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah. So yeah, let's continue. Just have some power issues here, right? Yeah. You online people can't wait just 2-3 minutes. Session finished. Hmm? What mindset you people are having, huh? Grow up, little bit grow up, huh? Right? 5 minutes disconnected, session finished, huh? Go sleep then, huh? Right? So let's continue. Right here, what is how we can render the template in UI, right? How we can rendering template in the UI. Rendering template in the UI, already we created templates. These templates are rendered in the UI by using ngIf. What we have to do, a div. In the div, we need to use ngIf. ngIf uses a condition. And if condition is true, then which one we have to use? Then block. This then block uses the template name. It uses the template name. Which template you are using, it will use the template name. That means now what happens here is you created a template dynamically. You mentioned what should be the presentation of the template, and you can attach that to then block. Like this, you can create any number of templates and you can attach here. But at a time, then block can show how many? At a time, then block can show only one. Then what we do? This template name we will change according to situation. At one situation, template name is one, another situation, template name is another. So then block is only one, but templates are changing. So you cannot write multiple then blocks. You have to write only one then block, but you can keep these template name changing. How many then templates you want? First, you have to create all those then templates. After that, you have to project them according to situation. Let's see this process. First, I will give a simple syntax example. Just we will see a simple syntax example first, right? In the syntax example, let's add one component. I will add a new component into components. So ng generate component, and suppose content projection, content-projection, and skip test. Okay. We are generating a component content projection and displaying that. Okay. Now we will keep in the startup. Let's go to app module. And in the app module, we will define here what? Content projection. Content projection component in the startup. In index.html, we will set it. Content projection. So here we are adding content projection. Let's open the browser and here we'll see that is working fine. Let's design a simple syntax example first. How many then templates you want? You have to create those templates first. So let's go to this content projection.ts file. In this TS file, you need two libraries. One, in the Angular core, you will have template reference. One is template reference. This is required for creating template. Another one, we need a view child. Template reference is for creating template and view child is for projecting it. That means it is going to render, right? So here we will first create a template. We want some initialization phase also. Then we will implements. Which one to implement? On init. On init. I told you on init is a phase. It requires a method to implement ng on init. Okay. First here, I will also put a constructor. Constructor is not required as of now. Just as per tradition, I am keeping that. Now first, we will create here one template. How to create a template? Public. I will give the name as template1. I will give the just name as template1. Now this is to be rendered in ng template. In that case, its type must be of type template reference. Template reference is a generic type. You have to tell any, and by default it is what? Null, and by default it is having null. That means it may be any content or null. By default it is null. How many then templates you want? You have to create those. So here public, another one is template2. This is template reference, any type, and null and null. Like this, I will add one more, that is template3. So here I am creating template3. So 3 templates are there. But these templates are not ready for projecting in UI. Actually, if any component, if any class member, if you want to access outside module, then we mark it as export. Any member of module, if you want to access outside, we mark it as export. Similarly, any template which is not created in UI, which is created externally, and you want to render in UI, then it should be marked with view child. It should be marked with view child. And very important, view child will tell in the UI what should be the template name. We will use the same name what it is having here. That means in the UI template name will be what? Template1. Here it is template1. In the UI also same name, template1. It should be same name. It cannot mismatch the names, because one name you given in the logic, another name in the UI, it will not work. The same name you given. Another important is this template, once it is loaded, it should stay in the memory and it should continue for others also. Now tell me how a member can load once and it can be used by others. How a member will load for the first request and it will be available for all other requests. In a class, I told you, in a class, how to define a member which will continue. We learned 2 types of members, continuous members, discrete members. Continuous members are created as static. Discrete members are non-static. Already we learned in TypeScript. Now this template, once it is requested, it should be in the memory and it should work for all requests. Then you have to mark it with static as true. We have to put this. This indicates that this template will load for the first request and it will be available across any number of requests. Every time it should not load. It will load only once. Similarly, every template must be like that. That means second template, view chat. What is the template name? Template 2 and static is true. Next, we have third one also, view child. And what is it? Template 3. And static is what? True. That's how we need to configure. This is the way of creating templates. Okay, one more important is these templates must be used by whom? In the UI, these templates must be used by then block. Then block have to use these templates. So we will create a then block also. That means we will create a then block. So we will create here at the net what? View child. So actually first we will create simple public. We will create then block. We will write then block. It is of what type? Template reference. Template reference of any, or it is null. By default it is null. That's how we are defined. That means this is a then block. As of now it is empty. Which template this then block should use? By default it can use one template. Later we can change it. By default it should use one template. Template 1 or 2 or 3. Anything you can give. How? We will write on initialization. ng on init. I will write like this. This dot then block. Am I right? Then block is equal to this dot. Which one? Template 2. Suppose I am using template 2. That means by default which template will come? Template 2 will come. Then block will use template 2. Okay, right. So default it is template 2. Now let's go to the UI. In the UI, let's design here. Here we are creating a div. Just we will put a class container fluid. And here I will put content projection. And here I am writing some templates now. 3 templates we need to create. ng template. This is a template 1. Okay. Similarly, I will add 3 templates. Second template, third template. This is template 1. This is template 2 and template 3. Now these must be attached to the templates we created. Hash, what is it? Template 1. Similarly, the IDs. Second template have ID template 2. Third template will have ID template 3. Now here we are defining a div. In this div, we are adding a condition. What is it? ng if it is true. True means by default it will render then block. Then we have to use then block. Remember, then block, not you have to refer these templates. Because if you refer this template, only one will come. You can refer only one, not template 1, template 2, template 3. We will refer then block. We will refer then block. You know, we created a then block here. Then block, it is using which template currently? Template 2. That means this second template will be passed. The second template will be passed into which location? Then. That means now you can see the output here. You can see template 2 is coming. That means it is rendering which template? Second template. It is rendering the second template. Now, if I want template 1, then I have to change this then block. That means here, then block is using template 2. We will put template 1. Then it will be template 1. Here we are changing template 3. Then you can see it is showing template 3. So how many templates are there? 3 templates. How many then blocks are there? Only one. And that one then block can manage all 3 templates. Actually, only one then block can handle one template. You cannot write multiple then blocks. Then we have to create templates externally. We need to project these templates according to the situation. Now, very important, you can write events here. That means you can change which one you want. For example, how we can change which one want. For example, see how you will not change here every time. Huh? What you can do is you can try like this. By default, it will render which template every time. Suppose every time first template will come, I must able to dynamically change it. If I must able to dynamically change it, see what I am doing here. I will put here a simple div, and here I will put a drop down. Here I will create a drop down select. In this select, I will give an option. So I will say choose template. Now here I am giving option. This is template 1. That is template 1. Actually, the value will be template 1. Template 1. That means this name you have to give. Similarly, second option, third option. Second is template 2, template 3. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. There is a drop down here. Now you can see there is a drop down. Now which template I selected, that template should come here. That means the template should render there. Then what we do is we have to write an event on change of this drop down. Generally, we will write here a method. We will write a method that is a template change. Template changes method. So it is a public. What type of method it is? Void type method. What it should do? It should able to collect the name of the option they selected. Later you will learn about events. Actually, there are so many techniques. There are so many methods. How to collect which one they selected from drop down. What we will do is here. So what is that? It is having choose template it is having. Here I will declare another property. Public. I will use here template name. Template name is what type? It is a string type. By default, I will give the name as what? Choose template. And this we will attach to drop down. We will attach to drop down. How to attach to drop down? We need two-way binding. Na? How to attach two-way binding? We have to use property binding, event binding, ng model. Which one? We have to define this template name. That means we will bind that template name. That means when you are changing, automatically when you are changing, this will come. Generally, what we do here, we will write an event. What is the event? Change. On change event, what should happen? On change event, this method should fire up. Template change. We will call that template change. Template change method will fire up. This method will update the value that you have selected into this reference. So when you are changing, its value is updated there. Now this value we need to attach here. That means we are writing a simple switch. Understood? Into the switch, we will pass this dot template name. We are passing the template name and we will write case. What is the case? Case is what? Template 1. If it is template 1, what should be then block? This dot then block will be this dot template 1. After that, break. Now another case, what it is, template 2. Then this dot, then block is equal to this dot template 2. So then block is changing according to selection. It is not standard, it is changing according to selection. So here we are defining case. Another one is what? Template. Template 3, and what should be this dot what? Then block this dot what? Template 3, and we put a break. Now usually what happens when user selects a template, the template will come. I select template 3 will come. I am choosing template 1 will come. And you know what to do when user selects choose template. When user selects choose template, that means we can use default. We can put default and we can render alternative template. You have to create one more template. That template must be displayed. That depends on how you create. Now what is the key concept here is, you have multiple blocks. Out of which block you want, you can display. Earlier, ngIf can only show and add and remove only one block. ngIf with else have an alternative block. ngIf with then condition true one block, condition false another block. So maximum ngIf can handle how many blocks? Only 2. But we want multiple blocks. Then it is not possible directly with ngIf and then. You have to use the technique of content projection. Content projection is a technique where you have to create the templates and you need to project the templates. Only one then block you will keep. At that then block, different templates you will render. For that, this mechanism we have to follow. Here, 3 important steps are there. First step, create template. Second step, attach these templates to UI. Third step, change the templates according to selection. Which template user wants, you can change. So where these are used in real-time project, we will see. Where they are used in real-world scenarios, we will see one concept. Let's design. This is just syntax example. This is just syntax example so that you can understand how to create a template, how to mark the templates, and how to project the templates. So I will explain example here. See, first I will put this syntax example. This is general example. This example, what we have done. So ng generate component. What is the component? Content projection. Projection skip test. Here in this content projection dot component dot ts. In this ts, I will give this code. Okay. Another one is content projection dot component dot html. In html, this is the code. I will give the display. Okay. This is just one simple example. It is related to just syntax example. Let's create one real world scenario. We will create one simple real world scenario, how it actually works. See, I will show you one general example. Suppose this is, we have Flipkart. Let's open that Flipkart here. This is Flipkart. In this Flipkart, I selected some category, mobiles. So I selected mobiles, yeah. And some mobiles related product details. I will open this mobile detail. You can see here, these are the mobile details. Now what is the concept here is you can see there are mobile details displayed there. We are having all the mobile information here. Now, the background of this is actually left side. You can see these are all the pictures preview. And when I move the mouse, you can see this is one screen and this is another screen. You can see all the ways of that mobile. You can see all the ways of that mobile you can display like this. Now, important is we want to design like this. We need to design like this. Now here, what is the concept? Right side panel is changing. Right side view is changing. It is not standard. Left side thumbnails are there. Thumbnails means small size. When user moves on which view, that will be displayed. Now the question is, how many views are there here? Approximately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6, 7 views are there. That means how many templates they have to render here? 7 templates. They have to render 7 templates. Will they keep all 7 templates and show and hide them? That is not good. Generally, HTML, CSS, JavaScript can show and hide them. Already we learned that showing and hiding is not good. Out of all the templates, only one template should be added. Other templates must be removed. It is not hiding them, it is removing. We need to remove all templates. We need to remove all the templates. So here also, actually in our example also, so here our example, in this example, all, how many templates? 3. But all 3 templates are not in page. You see, we inspect. When you go to inspect, in the inspect, let's go here. Yeah. So in that inspect, what we are doing, the container div. Below that, you see template 1 is there. Na? So other templates are not there. Other templates are, you can see other containers are there. 1, 2, 3 containers are there. Those 3 containers are removed there. They are not present. That is just a comment. And I change the template here, template 2. That means here template 2 will come. That means other templates are removed. Only one template will come. Only one template is coming. You can see when I am selecting, it is highlighting that area. That means it is updating that area. It is updating that area. All others are not present. They are removed. What is the purpose of using ng if with then? We can add only what we want. We can remove rest of others. That means designing like this is very heavy actually. Why it is very heavy designing like this? Because if you try to design like this, several pictures you have to show on screen, and due to lot of pictures on screen, it will be very burden for page. It will be slow. So there will be several images, but all images will not be added. Only the image that you are watching will be added. Others are removed. That's what we need to do. Now let's design this and see. Let's see how to create this. I will do one thing for that now. First, I need to copy these images. Save image. They are all WebP files. I can't save them. So I will do one thing. I will use my snipe tool. You have the Windows sniping tools, right? Okay, now I will take here this one. Yeah, new. This is one image. I will copy that image here. save. That's the image. Just we are having that image there. And I will save this as in our project location. Where is our project? Angular workspace. In that what? Projects. In that project shopping. In that shopping SRC. In SRC assets. In assets we will save. This is view 1, right? View 1 JPG. Okay. Now let's take second one. New. And let's copy this. I'm just giving this. So this is view 2. View2.jpg, or I will copy that complete picture. Yeah, this I will give as view 2. Actually, the symbols are not enough, right? Fine. This is view 2. View 2. Okay. Next, this one. This is view 3. So save. This is view 3. Okay. This is view 4. Let's copy like 4 or 5 views. So this is view 4. Okay. Now this is view 5, 6. That's done. Yeah, this is view 5. Now, like this, you need to add all the views. I will stop here. You can try others. Huh? So this is view 6. I'm giving view 6. Okay. These are all the images I copied. Now we need to create a presentation for this. Let's create a presentation for this. Let's go to our page. Here I will add a new component. ng generate component mobile details. Skip test. Okay. Right, we are adding a component mobile details. Now let's add the design here. Keep it in the startup. Mobile details. We are adding mobile details. And here we are defining mobile details in the startup. So mobile details component is in the startup. That's working fine. Now what we need to do, let's create the design. I will go to its HTML. So this is mobile details HTML page. So we will create a container fluid. Container fluid. Yeah. Here we will create a class row. This will have margin top 3. In this we have class col. Column is 2. And we have div. And this is having class. Some column is 4 for us. Yeah. 6. 6 so 4 is enough. Yeah. And we have another class. This is column 6. That is the division actually. In the last column, details will be there. The product details are displayed there, right? We need to display. In the first column, we need thumbnails. We will create a container. So the class is nav. I will just directly give a nav area, which is simple. In this nav, we are creating div. In this, I have an image source. Assets, so view1.jpg, and width is 50 and height also 50. Okay, and let's copy this div. I'm adding second one view 2, and the third one is view 3, and the fourth is view 4, and the fifth is view 5, and the sixth is view 6. We have those 6 options displayed. Now these are all the views. Those all views are available there for that images. Now we will go to the CSS. These are all the views we are having. So let's go to the mobile detail CSS, wherever nav divs are present. So border as 2 pixels, solid blue color border I will give. I'll say margin bottom as 10 pixels. So margin bottom is 20 pixel, and we will keep padding as 5 pixel, and width as 50 pixel, and height also 50 pixel. And you can see these divisions will be there. So little bit more size, 55, 55. It will keep the content. So I think I need to give 65, 65. Adjust the content here. Now, here the nav bar. So I will give here nav. Nav height is suppose 400 pixel, and we have border as 1 pixel solid black. So that is nav bar is having the black border. Okay, that is width is some 65 pixel. That is the nav bar. Actually we will put padding for that as 10 pixel. Some gap around is there. Then I will give the width as 75. Okay, 75. Yeah. Okay, that is the width 85. Depending on the content I am adjusting, and here I will put overflow auto. Overflow auto will put a scroll bar here. You can scroll up and down. We can keep a scroll bar to scroll up and down. We can even put a down arrow and all these things, right? As of now, not required. I will just keep a simple width like this, right? Generally, this is required only when you want to add some scroll bars. Otherwise, you don't need that, right? So height, I will remove. Then automatically it will fit according to the content there. Okay. Now, what should happen when user moves the mouse onto it? Then we need to display the preview right side. The preview of the product will be displayed right side when user mouse. If I don't give this temporarily, you see it is just only images. Just like how Flipkart is showing, we are displaying that. Okay. Now, what should happen? How many views are there? 6 views are there. We need to display those 6 views. Let's go to the TS file. Now we need to create. We need so many things to do here. We need to import what? Template reference view child. And we need to implement on init. And here we need a constructor. Not mandatory for constructor. Later, if you want, you can initialize ng on init. Here we have to first create a then block. Am I right? Then block is of what type? Template reference. What type? Any or null. By default, it is null. Okay. Now, how many view childs we have to create? So we need a view child. View child name I will give as view 1. Am I right? View 1, and what it is? Static. Static is true. and public. So view 1. We will give this view 1. Okay. Public view 1, and it is what type? Template reference of any type, or it is null, and default it is null. This is view 1. Like this, I have to copy how many views? 6 views. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 5 and 6. And this is not required. And here we need to change 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the 6 views we are having. And on init, what should be the default view? This dot then block is equal to this dot view 1. By default, it will be first view. Okay. Now we will go to HTML page. Where to display all those details in fourth column? Na? Means second column, which is 4. So here we need to create a container div, and that is for condition. We need templates. What is it? Ng template, ng template. What is the template name? Hash. What is it? View 1. What should be the content inside? Image. Image source is equal to, so this is assets, assets slash view 1 dot jpg. Width I will give here as some 300, and height as 400. I'm just giving width and height 300 and 400. Now this I will copy. This is view 2 and view 2. And this is view 3 and view 3. So like this, we need templates like view 4. And this is view 4. And we have another view 5 and view 5. Another view 6 and 6. We have these templates. Now here we need to write the condition. Condition is ng if. Ng if we will put directly true. That means there is no false concept, true. Then what should happen? Then block. We are defining here then block. So then what is the then block? Then block. Then block is actually view 1. Then block is view 1. Then it will display that here. Understood? That is the first view. Now what should happen when I move the mouse onto it, onto the second one? We will write a simple style here. So now div hover. On hover cursor, cursor is grab. Grab is hand symbol. That means when you move the mouse, hand symbol will come. A hand symbol will be displayed when mouse is over the images. Now when mouse is over, it should display that preview here. That means in JavaScript, you know, we have to write an event for this div. The event is on mouse over, mouse over. That is the event. Mouse over means when mouse is over. When mouse is over, I will write a method get view name, or I will write a method change view. Am I right? Into that, I will pass a parameter that is view 1. Understood? That means when mouse is over, we are passing view 1. View 1 as parameter. That means now we will go into the TS. We need to write a method. What is the method? Public. So that is a view change. Changed. Change view. Yeah. So we have change view. Change view. And this change view method This change view method is expecting view name. That means what we will do, we will collect the view name, which is what type string. Whatever the view is passed, we will collect here. This view must be applied there. Then what we have to do here, we can use a switch. We can configure the switch, or actually lot of concatenation techniques are there. Later we will see such techniques, complex, little bit simple here. We will use the switch now. Into the switch, we will pass what? View name. We are writing the case. And what is the case? Case is view one. Then what should happen? This dot then block is equal to this dot view one, like this. Then break. Now the same thing for all the views. There is another technique of shortcut with logic I will tell you in next level. Third, and this is which one? View 3. This is 4, and this is view 4. And this is 5, and this is view 5. And we have 6, and that is view 6. These are the views we define. And when I move the mouse onto it, it should change others. For that others we haven't written. In HTML, mouse over change view. This should work for all of them. Na? So second div, mouse over which one? View 2. And for the third one, mouse over, what is it? 3. And fourth one, this is mouse over view 4. And this is the fifth one, mouse over view 5. And here the sixth one, mouse over view 6. View 6. That is the change view firing up. And you see it will change now on mouse over. That means when mouse pointer is over, it is changing the images and it is displaying different. That is the basic approach how we can create. Now what is happening? So many images are there, but we are not displaying all those images. We are not displaying all those images. We are displaying only the image that is required. We are not actually hiding them. We are not hiding them. We are adding them. That means when you move the mouse, they will change and they will display like this. Now this is just the second column you designed. Now you can create the third column for that. Third column requires all this presentation. That is all your HTML, CSS skills. Means how you present this kind of content and display. Suppose I will copy this here. And right side, that means in the last column, we are presenting here a div. And here we will put a heading 3 style. And we are displaying that there. We are displaying that. We are adding just the content here. Suppose these details we need to add, reviews and ratings. And here I am adding another div. In this div, we have a span class, what? BI star fill, and it is text success, and it is 4.3, some rating, and it will display that there 4.3. And what we are doing this, beside it, we have another span. So rating and reviews, it will display the rating and reviews. And what we are doing here for this span 4.3. For that span, we will keep another span, and this will have as BG success and text white and padding 2, rounded pill, like this I am adding, and it will be in this way, right? It is having more padding. Padding 1 is enough. That is like this. A rounded pill, or just so rounded 2 or 3 you can give, it will display in this way. Where is that star gone? It is white, na? Yes, I will just keep here as text white, and it will display that star symbol there. And here this span is having, so class as margin S as 4, little gap from left side, and this will have, yeah, that's the option we define. Now others, we need to add these all things. I hope no need to tell, you can do that. Huh? These all things how to display. Actually, these are all what unordered list. Huh? So this is extra 2250. So we are adding another div here, another div, and we are displaying. So span and the class as text success, and we will put some bold here. It will display that there. And we will keep this class as margin top 3. We will add that gap. And we need the price to display. So this is the price to display. And below this, we will add one more div. In this div, we are adding this. Oh, what is it? This is what. So in a heading style I given, and this is a heading style. It will display like this. I'm just adding some class as margin top 2, some gap, and here we need all this. This is another. This need to be written in strike. Am I right? Strike, and this is strike. Strike is already there. What it is error? It is saying unknown element. For which one? This one. It's fine. We will keep in a span. So it is not allowing strike. We will try del. Del. So that is deleted. Okay. Because you know alternative na strikeout can be defined with del. Okay. All right. And here we have bold, we have span, and this one 32% of any additional so here we have 32% off, like this we define. Now that is the design, and this will have class margin S3. Left side margin we are adjust. Side by side, anything you can define. Now you know all these unordered list. Others you try, right? All I am not giving, just this how you will display. So that icon you need. Then actually it is what? So it is another div. This is an unordered list. Unordered list class, we have list unstyled. Unstyled means no symbol will come. In the list item, we have a span class BI. So BI tag. Tag is there. So I will put this one. That means you can see it will display like this. That is unordered list. This I will put a class as text success. Success. That means that will display in green color. Okay. Actually, tag fill is there. Tag fill, it is there. Okay. Now this I am copying. I am adding similarly some list. You can add different contents. This is all the basic presentation how we can use class as margin 3, something like this. Now, these are all the details we are having. Our main concept is changing the view. How we can change the view and display. This is just one example of content projection, how to handle. I hope you are clear. Right. So I will give this example also for your note. This is an example, some Flipkart product. And we added as what product? Details, details.component.ts. Mobile details, mobile details. Let me add this code. These are all the views we are having. And mobile details.component.html. This is all the design we are having. And one more, mobile details, details.component.css. This is CSS we are having. Now, this is enough for today, right? You need to try this. Once you can try this, then in the next session, we will discuss other concepts, right? Tomorrow we'll continue then. Okay, right.